the journey is a trip home, right? And the trip home is the trip to your most authentic or most genuine self. It's like we do all of these things. And in the end, what's really important is, do we access who we are? In the end, you don't take the money with you. The love that you surrounded yourself with becomes what's most important. And how are you creating that love? Through your genuine, authentic connection with yourself first, that allows you to connect with other people. We go back an episode or two ago, connect the dots, right? How are you connecting? And if you're numb and dumb, and everything is on the surface, then you are not necessarily making those deep connections. And I don't mean dumb in the sense of unintelligent. We dumb ourselves down. We allow other people and other thoughts and ideas to steal from our identity.
Hello there, everybody. This is Marelis and Susan. Welcome back to Authentic Conversations. How are we today? I love saying that.
I don't know. This part of we is great. So, how about the other part of we?
The other part of we is, always trying to just digest, chew things out and see like, what are these things, feelings? What are these feelings? So birthdays are coming around. There's a bunch of birthdays in my part of the world, Susan.
We just passed that.
So you
My part. Yeah. My part of the world is June. Your part of the world is July. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. My son just turned 12. It's like 12. Like, does that happen? I remember trying to be in the moment with the sleep deprivation that you get as a mom.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And sleep for me is very important. If everybody knows me, they'll know between sleeping and hunger, they're the ones that trigger me. I get just, and I could remember feeling like I wanted to be there so badly. And I knew, and then at the same time, I couldn't figure out how to balance me and this beautiful gift that I just received from the universe.
So let's talk about quality over quantity, right? So being there, but not being present isn't always better than showing up and truly being there. So we think that we have to be everywhere for everyone and do everything. And, and we're running our battery dead. We really are not finding time to recharge or to regroup. So, my daughter-in-law just had a second grandchild, and, now she's having, or my son and daughter-in-law, they're having the experience of, a 3-year-old and a newborn. And, you really have to be able to step away and take that nap, or, because when you're in it, you really want to be in it. And, and it is really hard. It is really hard because, we don't want to miss out on things. We don't want to self-imposed label ourselves as, not good parents, or, not good spouses, or, whatever it is, because we need something, right? So there's a difference between needing something and being needy.
Mm-hmm.
So like, if you need something, you have to be able to verbalize that and then figure out a way to meet that need. And that, it kind of comes back to, emotions. You started out by, talking about like feelings, all these feelings. Holy cow, what do you do with these feelings? So many people for years just buried them, didn't acknowledge them, didn't address them, didn't, move through them, just stuff them. And when we stuff our feelings for years, once we start to like actually connect with them, it can be overwhelming. So it's a slow process, it's a reintegration into the feeling body. Did you know you have a feeling body?
Feeling body. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. So you don't just have a physical body, you have an emotional body too. So many people only want to believe what they see. There is so much more to you than what is visible to the eye. So there's so much more to you than what you see, and there's so much more to you than what others see. So we have an emotional body, we have a body of knowledge, we have a body of, so like we have the intelligent body. We have the knowing inside of us, right? The knowing is the intuition or the understanding. No one can see that stuff, but you can feel it if you allow yourself to feel. It's funny because, it's probably not politically correct, but I refer to it as the numb and dumb. Like before you start the awakening process, you really are numb and dumb because you're not utilizing your emotional body and your body of intelligence, your knowing, your intuition. You kind of have an inkling that there's something more, but you can't see it. And you choose not to feel it. So it's numb and dumb. So we numb ourselves and dumb ourselves.
I love that, Suzette. I just been reading a book about intuition, and going back to having sources always with us, and it's always giving us that body part, right? So we always think that our feelings are only just in our heart, but our feelings are in our gut feelings, and they're in our heart, and then they're in our mind, and they're energy.
Yes, they're in your fingertips. When you
Your
have
5 senses.
Yes. 8 senses. Actually, that's a story for another time. More than 5 senses. I mean, the 5 senses are the ones that are the physical senses. And then there's the 3 senses that are the invisible senses. And, we're like, we want to forget about the invisible part because it's harder to work on. It's harder to work through. But most of the time what we're showing or presenting in our physical body is because of something in the invisible part of us.
When I look back at I'm turning 45 around the corner. So of course, going back around the sun and what have I done this year, I realized how lucky I have been to have this gift of intuition that hasn't shut down due to the fact that I had to live my life at the beginning where it was a flight or fight. And when I look at it and I realize even the people that were around me, even when my father, who I always feel like he was tough on me, he always used to say, you will always have an option. There's always an option in life. You could either go the road way, that's the cheap way, that's not the good way, it's not the right way, or you can go the right way. You don't have to lie. If you lie, you got to remember everything. And the way he said it wasn't most lovingly. It was the way he was able to say it. Now that I can see that, now that I'm a different person, but I always remembered it. So whenever I needed to lie, it felt so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And people laugh at me because I'm an actress and they think, well, like, shouldn't you be really good at lying? Now
Terrible liar.
No, I am like the worst liar. You don't ever want me to put me on a trial. You don't want to ask me, I'll plead the fifth right away because I get so nervous. The nerves is that unalignment that that you're not being truthful to yourself.
That's right.
And to what the question is, right? So I will stutter, and being an actor is a script. It's a character that was written by somebody, that was created and handed to me to turn it into
a portray. It's a portrayal. Right? Yes.
So there's a difference. There is no lying in this. I have the words that I need to say, and it sticks to me because I created this character. When there's something in the world that I'm doing or cheating or trying to come out of it is uncomfortable. Yes. So I will always put myself in a place where I didn't have to do that because I didn't like it. I don't like confrontations. Being uncomfortable with being comfortable with being uncomfortable is something I'm still learning, because I don't like confrontations. So how do I step back and allow myself to be in that uncomfortableness and defend myself, not let somebody, bring me down because it triggers me from my past, and validate myself. I remember when my son, my best friend, wanted to come visit me because it was my birthday when he was born. And I was so tired. And for the first time through those weeks, I said, I can't have no more visitors.
Yeah.
I just want to sleep. I'm sorry. And she understood it, but I was so proud of myself.
That's a true friend, right? So
of
if
course.
you're saying that and someone's offended by it, then
that's their thing.
Saying to you, that's right. That's their issue. I want to go back to, so the message from your dad, right? There's always choices. There's always choices. And, the choice, the choice that most people face is stay where you are or do something different. So in the discomfort, you talk about comfortable in uncertainty or discomfort, right? We have two choices, and one of them is to just stay home and let the cloud blow over. And when the sun comes back out, reevaluate. It's fine. There's two choices. There's no right choice or wrong choice in society. There's the choice that feels, Feels, most right for you in that moment. So where other people might think that you should do something different, should, they'll should you to death. They'll should you to death, right? So where some people think that you should do something different, this is where you really have to pay attention to your feelings. And we have a hard time doing that because we've allowed ourselves to be dictated, to be puppeted, the puppeteer, whoever it is in your life that's, forcing the call or making all the decisions or, whatever it is, like that might be in your best interest, they think. Right. But you have to be able to slow their roll and say, hold on, I want to feel this, because so often people steal your power by stealing your decision making by telling you what you should do.
I love that, Susan. When I'm the only, I don't know where acting came from in my life. And this is why I constantly keep bringing back to my intuition, this light, this source that was guiding me, this decision that I made to choose this family, that you pick your parents,
Yes.
because I feel like that all of these decisions made me who I am and made me the person who said, I'm going to go against all odds. You said I should,
I'm
I'm going to break the cycle.
cycle. And the truth is, when you talk about now you're connected with your intuition, now all of a sudden you're feeling intuitive, you're feeling alive, you're feeling all of the things that has always been there.
Yes.
It never just like shows up all of a sudden, boom, I'm intuitive, or boom. No, you're accessing it. You have moved from numb and dumb to alive and aware.
I'm aware that it was always there. I'm giving it thanks for it being there, because for a while I just was on survival. So I didn't know where did this, sometimes I'm like, man, I was so tough when I was 13, and now that I'm older, right? Because of course we get more fear. We start thinking about 401k. I wasn't thinking about
changes.
that.
Yeah.
I was going with my gut feelings. This fiery girl had this idea and this vision, and she put herself through theater school and got herself into a theater program. Like she didn't have the obstacles, but that was that intuition, that was that voice that was leading her to say, you're okay taking 3 trains downtown and you're going to be fine. Other people would have been like, she's going to get kidnapped. What the heck, why are you walking around in Manhattan on your own?
There was 1,000 reasons why people would have thought that you shouldn't.
Right. And maybe having no parent kind of stopping me kind of helped, I just got on the train. But now you're looking, as we're always talking about an authentic conversation, right? We're trying to, for those that are searching, for those that are trying to find, you already have your intuition. The fact that you found this program or other programs, the fact that you're clearing out your energy, that people are leaving you because they no longer align with who you are. It is all part of the process. And we even just talked about it last time with Nadine and Kelly. It does feel lonely, guys, but you are not alone.
It can.
In the darkness is where the seed is planted to go towards the light. You have yourself. Please go back to yourself. Please align back to your energy, and you will be fine. You will be so, so fine.
It is. The journey is a trip home, right? And the trip home is the trip to your most authentic or most genuine self. It's like we do all of these things, and in the end, what's really important is, do we access who we are? Through all of the things we do, are we accessing who we are? In the end, you don't take the money with you. The love that you surrounded yourself with becomes what's most important. And, and how are you creating that love, through your genuine, authentic connection with yourself first, that allows you to connect with other people. We go back an episode or two ago, connect the dots, right? How are you connecting? And if you're numb and dumb and everything is on the surface, then you are not necessarily making those deep connections. And I don't mean dumb in the sense of unintelligent or,
Oh,
unable, it's not meant to be. It's just, we dumb ourselves down. We allow other people and other thoughts and ideas and other external factors to steal from our identity. So we have to feel. Because when you start to feel, that's when you start to notice what you're feeling. And when you start to notice what you're feeling, then you can realign yourselves.
yeah.
But
So when you're feeling happy around somebody, sorry, Susan, I cut you off.
it's okay.
No, when you're feeling happy around somebody or in a situation, note it. Go, oh, this feels aligned. I like this. I want more of this.
More of this. That's right. Move in the direction for more of, and release the old stories and the family, the family sayings, of, poverty or, shortage or, and start to think in terms of abundance and, what you have. Gratitude and abundance are like huge on that spiritual path. Huge.
Yes. Yes, guys. So
Where Amaryllis started, gratitude, right? Grateful
yeah,
for.
I'm grateful for another day, another time, to see my son turn 12. My husband is turning 55 and I'm going to be 45. It's like, it's being in those moments. And, I remember going crazy about birthdays, trying to make them really special. And I've realized that holding them and telling them I love them multiple times and being right there, taking the day off and being with them is the best gift you can give anybody.
It is really special. That's right. Presence, presence, present, presence. Your presence is the present. The item will be outdated. The item will break. The item will be disposed of. But the memory of you being there and creating an experience or a moment or a connection will be forever. Will be forever.
So we wrap it up, guys, because we know your time is valuable. We know that we can go on forever. There's always subjects that we want to just share. We want to let you know and remind you, you are not alone. I don't know, this has been some message that I need to keep saying lately. It's coming out. I feel like there's a couple of people out there, and more than what we know, are feeling like they are just alone, or as they are aligning with themselves, they're losing people around them, and that people that they thought were going to be the ones that were going to be there for them. And those angels are going to come. That piece, the people that you need to be there for you, that are going to lift you, will come. But it also starts with just you loving yourself more than anybody else. And I know some people, selfishness, drop it off. Who cares? If you need sleep, take it. If you need to, take yourself for a walk, do it. Treat yourself to that. I love pigments. So treat yourself to that candy. Give you that inner child that love that you need. And then it's all, and give thanks. Give thanks for everything, that you can walk, that you can see, that you are here, that you have running water. There's so many things you could be grateful for. And they sound like, we just take advantage of them. The fact that there's another day is already a good thing. So thank you so much for joining us. We love your energy and your spirit, because we feel it. And this is what gives us going every time to come back. And, sometimes we don't even know what we're going to talk about. It's all giving it to source and energy, and the message comes through. So we believe. So thank you. Thank you, Susan, for your time.
Thank you.